Hey everyone, how's it going? Oh, busy day. Sorry I'm a little late. We'll blame Juliet. She called me just beforehand. And, once she starts talking, I don't know, it just goes on. No, it doesn't. No, she was pretty good. I talk just as much, so it makes it really hard to have a short conversation when you're talking to me, so... I've had some good conversations tonight, though. I had a couple of video chats. One was from a young guy, Benny, from Ghana, and he's getting himself set up, and again, Elaine and Juliet doing a banging job there, helping, and Phoenix also, thank you, who lives in Nigeria, over in Africa. I know it's different from Ghana sort of thing, but he's always there to lend his support to anyone over in Africa. Very intelligent man. And a very good member of Bitcoin Ascension. So so thank you very much for that. Benny seems like an awesome dude. I've talked to him a couple of times on video chat, and it's pretty cool. So and the other video chat I was having was to do with me moving to Wales. We're trying to arrange it so I can go there in maybe a couple of weeks. Move over there. Just got to get some funds together. I've got to get some funds together and get over there. But I found a place to stay and things like that while I look for a place to actually rent, because I've contacted a few places over there and they don't get back to you. Apparently you got to really do it face to face. So I've got to go over there to find a place to live. So Tom Boy is doing some trading for me with his. He does a little bit of trading with coins, and he's been trading that, and he's trying to help me. He's doing his best to help me get over there as soon as I can. It's important I get in over there in the next 2 weeks if I can. Very special occasion over there, which I'll reveal once I'm over there. But I really want to get over there, and so everyone, please wish me luck. I'm doing my best and working my hardest to make sure it happens. And to be honest, when I get to Wales, my life will begin, and my dreams that I want to start will begin. So it's very important to me. You have no idea how important to me it is, and but as I said, I'll document my travel when I do go over. So wish me luck. I've got to meet a deadline. It's a very important deadline. So hopefully I can do it. Won't be for lack of trying. I can tell you that much. Geez, when you got your heart set on something and you're really passionate about it. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin Ascension. I mean, I'm passionate about that, believe me. But when you're really passionate about something, nothing will ever stop you from doing that. You will walk through brick walls. Walk through fire. Nothing will stop you from getting to that if you really want to get there. I do that with Bitcoin Ascension as well, but in this particular case, this is even more important to me personally, on a personal level. Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to get over there. So that's enough about me. Let's talk about we. Haha. I was talking to Juliet just before in regards to, she was talking to me about what happened, a disaster happened in Kenya. There was a flood in Kenya, lots of people dying, lots of devastation, unfortunately, houses, villages getting wiped out, bad flooding, and no real government support or anything like that. There's lots of problems in lots of countries when things like this happen, and you don't always get that government support in some of the countries. And so my heart, for one, goes out to the Kenyan people, and I know a few Kenyan people, so I'll be checking up with them after this call and seeing if they're okay. It's horrible when natural disasters like this happen, but we do realise they're natural disasters, and it's still devastating, and no one's really to blame for these natural disasters. But what I get upset about is after the natural disaster is over and the lack of help for these people. They're just forgotten a lot of the time. Media doesn't really cover it too much. Social media, it's probably the best way to get news on anything. But your media won't really cover it. They'll say, oh, there was a flood over in Kenya, and that's it. That's all they'll give you. In other news, Donald Trump played golf. Like that's a bigger story. It's really depressing, to be honest. Nothing against Donald Trump playing golf, but I think Kenya's a little more important. And other places that are affected. A few weeks ago, Papua New Guinea had a massive earthquake and destroyed a whole village. People died. If David Clark hadn't told me about it and put a post up about it, I wouldn't have known. We don't get told these things. And these are the people who really need help. Not whether a Kardashian has, broken the law and got a speeding ticket. Who gives a damn? They can afford to pay it, who cares? I don't go to the news when I get a speeding ticket, just as well. I've had a few. But, the really important things, and that's what Bitcoin Ascension is going to be all about, guys. This is why I say we need to build the membership. This is why I say please juice and advertise. Because every day we procrastinate and don't do it, because for whatever reason that you give yourself, and like I said last night, that little voice in your head that says, don't worry, we can do it later, They're trying to help you out and they're not. Really, they're trying to stop you from succeeding. So I won't go into that again. You can watch my last live when I talk about that. And it's actually real, this voice I'm talking about, the voices in your head. It's actually a real thing. So watch my last live if you haven't watched it already, because it's a very true thing. But these disasters that are happening around the world, as I said, the lack of help they get afterwards, and they're just forgotten, these people. They've lost loved ones, children, parents, kids without parents, parents without kids now. They've lost their homes, everything they had. They may have been modest places, but they were their homes. It doesn't matter whether you have a palace or a mud hut or a concrete block sort of thing that you live in. It's your home. That's where your family was. And the little bits you did have sort of thing are all gone now. And there's no one there to really help them. This is why I want Bitcoin Ascension to be huge. The Matrix program and the other stuff I'll be bringing into Bitcoin Ascension, that's all great for us. That really, really is. And that's wonderful for us and everything like that. And we're going to be doing it, and we're already doing well, And while many have fallen by, the wayside and disappeared very quickly, we're still here and we're still growing. And we're getting the right people in. That's the important part, getting the right people in. People who really want to do more than just look after themselves. And lots of those people are coming in. It's fantastic to see. Don't get me wrong. Of course, everyone still wants to look after themselves as well. You'd be foolish not to think like that as well. But we also want to help heal the world. Now, let's say we had, 500,000 people in Bitcoin Ascension, right? For an example, just for a number, and something like that happened in Kenya. I said, hey, can everyone give me $1? How many people could we have helped in Kenya? This is why I don't like procrastination. This is why I focus so hard on what I'm doing. This is why I'm trying to build, and many of us are trying to build Bitcoin Ascension. So when disasters like this happen, especially in a country where they're not going to get government help, they don't have the insurance companies that we do in Australia and I guess in America, UK, and and a lot of the first world countries. They don't have that. They don't have that support, or government support for that matter. This is why Bitcoin Ascension is going to be #1, because these are the reasons. Every year you'll have your fires that devastate countries and your floods, obviously, like in Kenya, earthquakes. Haiti was a huge earthquake, Papua New Guinea as well, again, no help, no real help. Like lots of charities help out those places, but a lot of it gets taken by the government, and that's it. I'll be finding different ways of doing it so the government can't steal the money away from the actual people. And then we help the actual people that need help, not the ones trying to line their pockets. It's time to end the greed and fill the need. Well, that was cool. Okay, I'm going with that. End the greed, let's fill the need. Because that's what we need to do. And that's why I want Bitcoin Ascension bigger. Because if it was bigger, we could actually do something to help Kenya. And I'm not going to be asking for donations or anything like that for Kenya right now. I don't want to see. That's what charities do, right? Because that's what they do. That's what a charity does. Charities are great. I love charities, but they have a small amount of members, or they have a select amount of members, and they ask for money. And then a disaster. Oh, well, let's ask for money again. Let's ask for money. And people are bled dry, unfortunately. And you do have lives of your own as well. As much as you love helping, you can only do so much. That's why I want to build Bitcoin Ascension so high. So, I'm not asking for $20. I'm not asking for $50 or anything like that. We can get to where we're asking for like $1 and from members, and we can really make a difference. We could rebuild that village with $500,000. I'm sure we could rebuild that village in Kenya. Help those people with medical. We could and psychological counselling. I mean, you can't imagine the grief some of these people are going through. It's not just about giving them a house back. It's about rebuilding their lives, helping them to rebuild it. Not rebuilding it for them, but helping them with the resources to be able to rebuild their lives. They still have their own lives to live. We're not going to rule their lives. We just want to make sure that they get the right counselling, medical treatment, because there's always disease that happens after a flood. It washes away things, and there's unfortunately dead animals and people alike that, and especially in some countries where they don't have the resources where they can locate all the bodies and stuff, and that's when you get disease starting, and that's when the old and the children start dying after they've survived the flood, because there's not enough medical treatment there and things like that. These are the sort of things we want to be able to provide, so these people have a chance to live a life. Okay, so I think everyone understands where I'm coming from with this. This is why we want to build Bitcoin Ascension. We've had some brilliant. It's been a great week for having members joining. It's been fantastic. Lots of new people coming in, lots. And Juliet, as fast as she can talk, she's keeping up and talking to anyone. If you brought anyone in and you have a question, Juliet is your lady. She's amazing, and Elaine too, and any of the admin would be happy to help you. I've helped quite a few myself. And I was talking to, name again, starts with A. He only joined yesterday, but he contacted me, and he wants to get a traffic blog. I think it's called a traffic blog, to like 400,000 pages. So he wanted to know about funnels and squeeze pages so he can do his blogs about Bitcoin Ascension. Now, he only joined yesterday, and this is what he wants to do already. That's how you take action, that's how you succeed, and that's how you build up a base, taking action. Now, I don't know how to do all that, but I spoke to Tom, so I got Tom to get in touch with him to help him out. Tom and I are talking about Tom doing a mastermind on why these funnels and squeeze pages and landing pages and things like that, traffic pages, are important, and also where to go to find them, and basically how to set them up. So we want to run a mastermind course on that. People who want to know can know exactly what to do. So, but I want to put it in a way where people can follow it, and that way when we've got it on video, obviously, you'll be able to start and stop it and really find out. But we'll also include different links for different things, like Tom said to this gentleman, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name. I know it starts with A, and the second name starts with P. That's about as far as I get. I talk to so many people. But he's talking about, he should get into ClickFunnels if he's going to be doing that sort of traffic blog. But yeah, kudos to this gentleman. I'm going to be so embarrassed because after this call I'm going to remember his name. And like want to hit 400,000 pages. That's awesome. That really, really is awesome. It's things like that. Clive Anderson's emailing list. Barbara Stuhl did the same thing. I think Liz Lindsay was learning how to do it too. And of course Tom has not only put in his own money as well, and we've got like 5,000 clicks for the funnels, although 2,000 have already been paid for and have been loaded up, so we're getting those leads, and we've still got more to come. But we want to keep that co-op going for as long as we can, so anyone who hasn't and wants to get into the co-op, please do so. You can comment in here or contact, again, one of the admin, and they'll find out where you need to send the money. I mean, we take PayPal or Bitcoin. It's all good. But that'll keep us buying the clicks. We really want to get to 10,000 clicks, because with the conversion rate and things like that, and the conversion rates are going quite well right now, you imagine what 10,000 clicks will do. So, and if we find that it converts really well in terms of upgraded members and things like that, Tom's warming them up and talking to them and sending them out more emails about exactly what Bitcoin Ascension is about, talking about charities and things like that. It's not just about the Matrix. So he's working very, very hard on that, and he's done a wonderful job so far. And he's also sent out an email to, like, I don't know, 20,000 people as well, of his own mailing list. So about Bitcoin Ascension too. So that's truly amazing. Thank you for that, Tom. And I know Clive's been doing it too since he started. Clive's been amazing, sending out emails after emails to big lists of people as well. So fantastic stuff. You know, that's just another way of marketing. And the co-op is designed for all you people who have trouble marketing, talking to people, you know, for different reasons. I mean, some of it's like anxiety and things like that. Some of it because you work 12 hours a day and it's really, really hard to do anything else. That's when you get into the co-op. Okay, it's perfect for everyone, but especially those people who don't have the ability to be able to recruit people and things like that. It's fantastic. So you get into the co-op and basically you're recruiting people for Bitcoin Ascension, and you should be very proud of yourself, because we want this to grow. We don't want things like what's happened in Kenya and Papua New Guinea and things like that to keep happening with no aid coming their way. Okay, and charities having to bleed their members dry because there's so many things that come up. That's why we want to be big. That's why we want to be huge, absolutely massive. Okay, other things that are going on. The last few days for the live testimonials. So if you're going to get your live testimonials, you've got till Friday night, and then I'll be counting up. I'll be putting up a post soon for people to put their name who did one, sort of thing, so people can see who's done one. They've been sending them to me either via email or in Messenger, and or they've loaded them up on YouTube and sent me the YouTube link, and then I'll have Terry load them all up to YouTube. So she's going to have a very busy day. Young Terry Phillips, you poor girl. How are you going to put up with me when I get over to Wales and start bugging you as well? And all the other people I know in Wales and UK as well. I'll be bugging them as well. But especially Terry, because she's been my friend for a very, very long time. So she gets bugged more than anyone else. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, so the live videos, if you want to do a live testimonial, and it's not about being paid or anything like that, I want to make these live testimonials about, you know, who you are, where you're from, because it gives us a global edge to it, and why you liked Bitcoin Ascension or why you joined Bitcoin Ascension, you know, or both. It doesn't have to be any more than a few minutes, and, you know, it doesn't have to be like 20 minutes long or anything like that. I know Juliet did one, I think it went for 12 minutes or something like that, and that's fine too, if you're comfortable with doing that. Obviously she is, and that's fantastic. You can tell I'm comfortable with doing things like that. I talk for 30-40 minutes on these lives every night since we started. I haven't stopped. No, I just don't shut up. But you guys are important to me, so it's worth my time to talk to you every day. I think it's important, and it's also important. A lot of new members have contacted me and say, "Can I talk to you? Video talk to you?" Yeah, sure. So, and they go, "Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to the founder." I'm just me, guys. You know, I'm not trying to be anything more than what I am. And Bitcoin Ascension is a lot bigger than what anyone thinks it's going to be. Let's see, I saw a comment last night from my last live, someone asking what's happening with the merchandise. Now, we've got some brilliant ideas for the merchandise too. We've got one of our slogans, you know, it's not about me, it's about we, but we've also got like the I am Bitcoin Ascension. I've got some other things in the pipeline that we'll be introducing as well on shirts. Going to be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And not just for Bitcoin Ascension members. I want other people to be buying our shirts as well from us, because remember, all profits go into the Matrix, pushing it along, blah blah blah. But I talked to my accountant, and she's going to see if she can talk to a company that will do it all at one place a lot cheaper, and then mail out from there from one central manufacturer out to the whole world. That way I don't these poor admin who are working their backsides off, I don't have to have them doing that as well. If I can get it done this way, and I might be able to get it done cheaper because we'll be doing it in bulk. So I'm seeing if that is possible, and that's why there's been a bit of a hold up on the merchandise, but we want to do it right. So sorry, my eyes are a bit singy because I've been up for a long time and talking a lot and on video. So if I look a bit sleepy, I'm not actually tired, but my eyes are a bit sore. What else I wanted to talk about? I talked about Juliet last night and how much work she does, and she does it willingly. It's all usually her idea. I don't ask her to go and do these things. She does them. She sees a need. She feels the need. You know, she's amazing that way. Tonight I want to talk about Elaine Thorpe. Now, everyone knows that she puts up the updates and things like that, and she keeps track of things. She also runs the support by herself and does a cracking job. So if you have waited like just over a day or something for a response, or if we've had a busy time, give her a break. She goes as fast as she can. She's really good. She doesn't complain about it, I can tell you that. She just gets stuck in. She talks to me all the time about, you know, different things that are happening. But she also runs the competition. I run the competitions, but she fulfills the competitions requirements for the winners, you know, in terms of early accounts especially. Now, a couple of weeks ago or a few weeks ago, we ran about 5 competitions in a row, like, and on top of each other, where we gave away around about 200 accounts, early accounts, thanks to Tom Kent donating his accounts to people. She's got through most of them, and she's on the one where, you know, you introduce someone, you get an early position. So does that person on the proviso that they are being a participating member and not someone just sitting there watching everyone else saying, it'll probably fail soon, or I'll just wait till it pays me and then I'll do something about it. That's the worst cop-out I've ever heard in my life. I've heard people say that. I'll wait till I get paid, then I might do something about it. You're actually destroying yourself. Don't do that, okay? If you want to succeed, you get stuck in, you know? Be like this gentleman from yesterday. I can't remember the name. I should look up his name. I feel terrible. I'll put it in the comments after when I look up who I was talking to. I feel really bad because he's a go-getter, obviously. He's someone who really wants to succeed. He's not waiting, he's creating. You know, some people wait and they fail, and some people create and they succeed, right? So it's up to you which one you want to be. You know, you want to fail or you want to succeed. Pretty much, it's you know, some of those one-liners, oh, tell me how it goes. If you get paid, then I might join. Sorry, you're going to be waiting a long time before you succeed in everything if that's going to be your attitude, sort of thing. And that's when you talk to people. But, you know, be polite to people all the time. If they say, oh, you know, not bad, it's not for me, that's great. Thank you, move along. Or, oh, I don't believe it, I reckon Ivan's a scammer. You know, say, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, and you move on. You don't argue with these people. As I said, all the people that's cried scam for Bitcoin Ascension, not one of them has ever spoken to me. So I don't know where they get all these facts from, you know, but they're taxi opinions, I suppose. Not having a go at taxi drivers, but you know, you ask a taxi driver an opinion, he's got one. So especially in New York, they're famous for it. I saw a movie about it just on cab drivers in New York, and their opinions on everything. It was fantastic, and they're good opinions and things like that. I'm not knocking taxi drivers, but I love the accent and things like that, you know, and how their views on things and stuff. They're very real people, but you know, but they usually base it with fact. You know, I base everything I do with fact. I don't blame anyone for anything, or I don't say this person did something wrong unless I've actually got the evidence to prove something like that. So I'm not one that just cries, the sky is falling, you know. I'll actually bring you a piece of the sky and then show you. So yeah, so in terms of Elaine, she does all the updates, she does the support desk, and she fulfills the prizes in the competitions we do when they're, and she does all of that all by herself, and she does an amazing job. So tonight we're saying thank you to Elaine Thorpe for all the hard work she does, and she's got a great sense of humour about it. I love her work ethic, and again, the admin that are with me, they don't get paid. We don't pay them. They did this because they wanted to do it. That's what makes them even more special. Okay? And they do a banging job. They don't complain about it. They love it. They love it. They're crazy. They're nuts. You know, who usually wants more work? These people. You know why? Because they want to succeed. You know, but believe me, I don't need 30 more admin or anything like that. But when I do need more admin, because as we grow, obviously, poor Elaine won't be able to keep up with everything she does because it'll just be too big. Juliet will be the same. I've already got some people in mind who have offered their services if it's required, and I thank them very much for that, and it's fantastic. So, but we've got like Warren Irvine working a lot with Torrin, the Indians, and anyone else for that matter. He does a lot of work with them, and I saw Torrin's brought some people in as well, and he doesn't just leave them there and say off you go. Torrin gets stuck in. He's a very great leader, Torrin, over in India. Got a lot of time for the man, and Amit as well. Brilliant bloke. So, but people are coming in from all over the world right now. It's just amazing. You know, it's not just the major first world countries. A lot of there's India and a lot of the African nations are starting to come on board, and even Brazil, and I think a couple of people from France as well. So that I can recall anyway. So that's awesome. The wider we spread, the more people that come in, the more good we can do in the world, and that's what we're all about, isn't it? So yeah. So with the merchandise, bear with me on that. I'll see if I can get some information on that, because if I can find a facilitator who will get us a company that can do all of it at once, for one, it's going to be cheaper for us because they'll do it in bulk, so it'll be cheaper for us, which means we still charge the same price for the shirts because they're not overpriced or anything, but the profits we use obviously go back into the matrix. So remember, if you're buying a shirt, you're actually, you know, helping the matrix move along as well, sort of thing. So that's exciting for that. And the big thing I want happening, sort of thing, again, hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll be able to do a big reveal. I'll give you 24 hours notice before that comes on, that I'll be doing my big reveal live on my timeline instead of in the Bitcoin Ascension room, as usual. I'll be doing it on my timeline because this is something that it's so cool that people not even in Bitcoin Ascension can get involved in this. So it's awesome. That's how cool this is. But it'll also help Bitcoin Ascension, obviously. So it's fantastic. So I can't wait till it happens. It's just to give you one hint, it's not bringing in another program. Okay, so this is probably going to confuse you even more. Oh, he's probably bringing in a feeder, or he's probably bringing in this. No, it's not another program I'm bringing in yet. As I said, timing for everything is important. So this is not that. So this is something completely different. So, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great for BA members and everything like that. So I'm really excited about it still. I can't get enough of saying I'm excited about it because I really, really am. Because we're going to blow other programs out of the water. Well, not that I want to blow current programs, but when you look at programs over the years and what they've done, they come, they go, they come, they go, they come, they go. Bitcoin Ascension is not only just going to be there and stay there and grow, we're actually going to shift it all over to the way it should be done, and we're going to show everyone. I've said it before. These are the ways programs online should have been done. So people only had to work a minimal amount of time while they get on with their busy lives to create something amazing, to create a residual income, which will happen, and helping the world at the same time. You know, you can't beat that. You really, really can't. So that's why I'm so excited. Okay, I'll wrap it up there for now. I've got to get a lot of stuff done in the next few weeks, and well, it's not just me doing it, obviously, and hopefully I'll be moving over to Wales. Who's excited about me going to Wales besides me? You know, give me some hearts, give me some likes, give me some comments. Who's excited about me moving to the UK and driving them nuts over there? So, because I can do it. I know I can do it. I can drive anyone nuts. You know, it's going to be fantastic, and I'll get to meet quite a few of you over time while I'm over there. I've got to get myself set up first and things like that. But it'd be great to meet a lot of you guys, and we'll all get together. And by then the merchandise will be up, and we'll all have our shirts, and we can all meet and look like a terrible boy band or something, and do some videos, and we'll do a live or something like that. We'll set up to do a live with a whole group of us, all saying hello and things like that. We'll get the message out there that way as well. And that's why the shirts are really important, guys, because they'll be great for your advertising, especially if you can group some of yours together. And, there's power in numbers, guys. There really is. Power to the people, but not for revolution in terms of anything negative. It's more like revolution in terms of actually healing the world, because it has to be done a different way, because the way they're doing it right now isn't working. So we're changing all that. You're the pioneers of changing that sort of thing. You should be really proud of yourselves. Okay? All right. I love you all very much. I can't wait again to talk to you tomorrow with new developments and everything that's happening. Keep inviting people along. This is really important. That way, things like the Kenya situation with the flooding and the people passing away and their homes destroyed and things like that, that's what I mean about procrastination. Every time we procrastinate, someone suffers. Let's stop that happening. We can do it. We've got the power. We've got enough people here to be able to invite people in. It's up to us. So we can't blame anyone else for our failures except ourselves. Okay, take responsibility and get involved. It's not hard. If you're not in the juicing group, get in the juicing group. If you're not in the chat room, get in the chat room. If you don't know how to do all that, talk to Juliet. Okay, she will sort you out. She's crazy for helping. Okay, all right, guys. I love you all very much, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.